السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء، واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم، ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله، وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. Brothers and sisters, today I just wanted to remind myself to begin with, and all of us together, this being the last Jummah of Ramadan, and in fact it might be the last day of Ramadan. We don't know exactly yet, but there may be only one night left, and maybe not. So if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wills and we have one more night, let us not say that it's the last night or it's not an odd night, let us remind ourselves that every single night, even outside of Ramadan, is very, very valuable. As we know in a hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, ينزل ربنا تبارك وتعالى كل ليلة إلى السماء الدنيا حين يبقى ثلث الليل الآخر يقول من يدعوني فأستجيب له من يسألني فأعطيه من يستغفرني فأغفر له. That Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, our Lord descends to the lowest heaven in the last third of every night, and he says, who is calling upon me that I may answer him? Who is asking from me that I may give him? Who is seeking my forgiveness that I may forgive him? So every night, brothers and sisters, 3 precious, priceless benefits from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So brothers and sisters, what about the final night of the last 10 of the month of Ramadan? What would we give to have one more night of Ramadan? So brothers and sisters, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us that, blesses us with that, then let us strive tonight, like Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did every single night of the month of Ramadan, especially in all last 10 nights. Many of us are probably off tomorrow. This makes it a further opportunity, makes it easy for us to exert ourselves, to strive ourselves in ibadat. Now moving to the next thing, brothers and sisters, about Salatul Eid. With Salatul Eid, brothers and sisters, as we know, under normal circumstances, we pray Salatul Eid and offer it in a large jama'ah, usually outside in a musalla, and it's even permissible to do in a masjid. But there are a few situations where Salatul Eid is permissible to pray at home. Although there's some difference of opinion, but you can pray at home if you have a valid excuse. For example, you're a traveler, or you have some sort of illness that's serious enough that you have to stay at home, or someone who missed the jama'ah for Salatul Eid. So these are valid excuses. And of course, brothers and sisters, the circumstance, the unprecedented circumstance that we're facing of a pandemic where we're supposed to be in isolation, this of course is a valid excuse. Many fiqh councils have issued statements that you could, this is a valid excuse whereby you can do your Salatul Eid at home. So this is, alhamdulillah, good news. Good news that you're going to be able to do your own Salatul Eid. It's not something that you have to miss. It's not the situation of the Jummah that if you can't make it to the Jummah, you have to pray Salatul Dhuhr. This is not the case. Inshallah, you are going to be actually praying Salatul Eid. There's a valid excuse. There's proof for that. I'll share about 3 of them with you, inshallah. One is from Anas bin Malik, radiyallahu an, who said he once missed his Salatul Eid in Basra. So he gathered his family and had one of his household members lead them into rak'ah. Ata bin Abi Rabah said regarding one who missed the Salatul Eid, he said, let him pray 2 rak'ah and say the takbirat. Hamad bin Abi Sulaiman was a famous scholar of Kufa, and he was one of the teachers of Imam Abu Hanifa. And when he was asked about this question, he said that such and such should pray as they prayed and do the takbirat as they did. So they're referring to the case of someone who misses the jama'ah for Salatul Eid for some valid reason or excuse. So brothers and sisters, I know it's a very simple salah, but I will go over it, take this opportunity to go over it quickly, inshallah. We have put some instructions on our website and resources, so you can get to them by going to Ramadan programs from the home page or clicking Ramadan from the menu, and then you click Eid al-Fitr, and then you'll have various resources about Salatul Eid, inshallah, how to do it, etc. And if you have any questions or the information is not detailed enough, please let us know, and we can update it and add some of the things maybe from this khutbah for you, inshallah. So, first of all, brothers and sisters, we will continue. Although we're not leaving the home, there are many sunan that we can still practice, sunan related to the Salatul Eid or the day of Eid. One is you will, of course, you can make your ghusl, inshallah, anytime after Fajr. Also, you will have something to eat. This is the Eid where you should have, it's a sunnah to have something to eat. It is not the Adha, Eid al-Adha. This is the opposite case where you do not eat before the Salatul Eid. So here, you eat before the Salatul Eid, and of course you're demonstrating, the hikmah behind this is that you're demonstrating that the fasting is finished. This is a day of Eid. The Muslims do not fast on a day of Eid. They do not fast on a day of celebration. This is from our deen. So we should have something to eat, inshallah. And of course we will get dressed in our best, nicest clothes as well. And also we can do the takbirat of Eid. Normally these are started when you go out for Salatul Eid. But many of you probably will not be going out for the Salatul Eid. So you can do this at home, there's no problem. You can start it, before the Salah, whenever you want, inshallah. And you continue them until the start of the Salah. At the masjid here, as I mentioned, we will be starting at 9 o'clock, inshallah. You can listen in. We'll live stream that as well, inshallah. You can listen in, play it in your home, inshallah. And the takbirat are also posted on our website. Those are one version. The madhahib have some variations. You can follow whichever one you want. There's a lot of flexibility this time. You can do things according to your madhab if you want. The ones we've posted on that same Eid page, Eid al-Fitr page, that is one version if you'd like to follow it. If you have another version, please feel free to follow that. Ours is just a suggestion. Now, brothers and sisters, for the Salah timing, now you have also a lot of flexibility. You don't have to, rush and come and try to catch the Salah at a certain time, look for parking. Alhamdulillah, you have lots of flexibility. What does that flexibility entail? The start could be any time after the sun rises to the length of a spear after Shuruq. So that is about 20 minutes. So you have all that time. When Shuruq comes, you wait approximately 20 minutes, and then you have from that moment all the way until before the sun is at its meridian, which is before Salatul Dhuhr. You have all that time to perform the Salatul Eid. So the matter is very flexible for you. At the masjid, we will be doing it at 9:30. Now, brothers and sisters, with the Salatul Eid itself, just a few reminders, inshallah. As I just said, first very important point, you can do your own Salatul Eid. There is no reason at all to try to follow remotely through the internet. You can watch it if you want. At this masjid or wherever, you can watch it if you want. No problem. If you're waiting for the khutbah especially, and you want to listen to the khutbah, but please do your own salah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given that permission. We have a very serious excuse. Scholars are agreed upon. As I said, they've issued statement after statement after statement. You can do your Salatul Eid the way the Imam would do at the masjid. No problem. So please take that permission and excuse that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us. Now the salah, of course, as you know, comes before the khutbah. Jabir bin Abdullah radiallahu anh, he said, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam came out on the day of Fitr and started the salah before the khutbah. So it's different from the Jum'ah. The Jum'ah, as you know, the khutbah, the Jum'ah, the khutbah has to come before the salah, because the khutbah is a condition or a shart for the salah. But in this case, the khutbah is a sunnah, So that's why it comes afterwards. Now, if you're going to pray at home, the question is, do I have to do this individually, or can I do this in a jama'ah? So you have a choice. You could either do it as individuals, but if you're alone, you do it as individual, no problem. You don't have to have a jama'ah. But if you have family members, then by all means do it as a jama'ah. And in this case, it's very flexible as well, as long as you have two. You can form a jama'ah. So an example, a husband and wife, if that's all there is in the household, they can make a jama'ah for Salatul Eid, insha'Allah. Of course, as the Imam does it out loud, we have to do it all out loud. It's not a silent salah, and there is no adhan, there's no iqamah, and as you know, it is 2 rak'ah. Umar radiallahu anh said, the salah of Fitr is 2 rak'ah, and the salah of Adha is 2 rak'ah, complete and not shortened on the tongue of your Prophet, and the one who fabricates lies is doomed. Now, one difference from other salawat are the takbirat. So there are a few opinions on how many takbirat. Once again now, if you're doing it at home, you have this flexibility to follow your madhab, inshallah. But, one of those madhahib, one of the opinions is that it's a total of 12 takbirat. And, they are considered wajib, so it's important to do those. So in the first rak'ah, you will make the opening takbir and then 6 additional takbirat. So a total of 7 for the first rak'ah. And in the second rak'ah, you will, after you make the takbir for standing up in the qiyam position, you will make 5 additional takbirat. This will make it, inshallah, a total of 12. So the evidence, the dalil for this, for those who say that it should be 12 takbirat, is that Aisha radiyallahu anha said that the takbir of al-fitr and al-adha is 7 takbirat in the first rak'ah and 5 takbirat in the second, apart from the takbir of ruku'. This is the evidence we have for 12 takbirat. Of course, you raise your hands with each takbir, and since they're wajib, if we miss them, or if we don't make enough, whatever the case is, we can fix that by making sujood as-sahw. As to what to recite, once again, the matter is flexible, but if you want to follow the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he did either, number 1, in the first rak'ah, he did Al-Fatiha, of course, and Suratul A'la. In the second, he did Al-Fatiha and Suratul Ghashiyah. That's one report from the Sunnah. We also have another report from the Sunnah that sometimes what he would do, he would recite in the first rak'ah Al-Fatiha and Surah Qaf. And in the second rak'ah Al-Fatiha, and then he used to recite Suratul Qamar. So these are 2 options from the Sunnah, but it doesn't have to be. You can recite whatever you want, but if you'd like to follow this is fine, inshallah. Now, after you finish your salah, there is no need for the khutbah. As we already said, it's a sunnah. If you're doing it even at home, and even if you make a jama'ah at home, you are not obliged to make a khutbah. But you can if you wish. But the proof that the khutbah is a sunnah, that it was narrated by Abdullah bin As-Sa'ib. He said, I attended the Salatul Eid with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he led us in offering the Salatul Eid. And then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, قَدْ قَدَيْنَا الصَّلَاةِ فَمَنْ أَحَبَّ أَنْ يَجْلِسْ لِلْخُطْبَةِ فَلْيَجْلِسْ وَمَنْ أَحَبَّ أَنْ يَذْهَبْ فَلْيَذْهَبْ. I have finished the salah. Whoever wants to sit and listen to the khutbah, then let him sit. And whoever wants to leave, then let him leave. So, proof that this khutbah, in the case of Salatul Eid, is actually a sunnah and it is optional. Brothers and sisters, as a suggestion, if you would like, you can pray your Salatul Eid. We've given you the timings for the salah at the masjid. So if you'd like, you can time it such that, we said that the khutbah will start about 9:40. So if you'd like to pray your Salatul Eid before that, inshallah, and then attend the live stream khutbah as a reminder, you're welcome to do that. That's no issue because you're just listening for getting a reminder. But please make your Salatul Eid on your own, with your family, in a jama'ah or individual, whatever you'd like to do. You could do it before, much before. It's not linked to the khutbah. But if you'd like to time it as such, you could do so, inshallah. Now, brothers and sisters, there are some sunnah that maybe many of us will not be able to practice this Eid al-Fitr, but we should remind ourselves that whenever we get the chance, keep reminding ourselves so that these sunnah aren't forgotten. One of those sunnah is to take different routes to the musalla and from the musalla. So to go from one route to the musalla and then take a different route coming back from the musalla. As I said, most of us maybe will not be able to practice this sunnah for this Eid, but nonetheless we should keep it in mind and remind our families that the next opportunity we get, we try to do that, because Jabir radiallahu anh reported that كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا كان يوم عيد خالف الطريق, that on the day of Eid, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam would proceed to the salah place, taking one route and returning from another. Now, brothers and sisters, there's many opinions as to why Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did that. Some scholars have tried to explain the hikmah behind this. There's 20 or so or more opinions on this matter. One example is that he would do that so that the two different routes would bear witness for him, or he wanted to make dhikr on two different routes, or the angels would stand on the road and bear witness for him on the two different routes, and whoever would follow that sunnah likewise. So there's many explanations. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what is the correct, or maybe it's all. This is only known to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala exactly, I think. But brothers and sisters, the main reason is this. We know, and it's authentically proven, that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did this. He practiced this. So this should be enough for us. Sometimes we know the reason, sometimes we don't know the reason. We don't need a reason to practice a sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. As long as we know that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did that, that should be reason enough for us to follow his example. This should always be our main reason. And brothers and sisters, actually I mentioned in the second khutbah, inshallah, أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulullah, amma ba'd. Brothers and sisters, just a brief reminder about reviving the sunnah. Sometimes we know a sunnah, yet it's not practiced for whatever reason. Or a sunnah is kind of unknown, we never learned it. Or something maybe we forgot. So there is a big, huge reward in reviving the sunnah. This is what I leave you with. That Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, "I'lam, innahu man ahya sunnatan min sunnati qad umitat ba'di fa inna lahu min al-ajr mithla man amila biha min ghayri an yanqus min ujurihim shay'a wa man ibtada'a bid'ata ضلالة لا ترضي الله ورسوله كان عليه مثل آثام من عمل بها لا ينقص ذلك من أوزار الناس شيئا." Rasulullah ﷺ said, "Know that whoever revives my sunnah when it has died out after me will have a reward similar to those who act upon it without detracting from his reward in the slightest. And whoever innovates misguidance displeasing to Allah and His Messenger will have a sin similar to those who act upon it without detracting from their sins in the slightest." So if we revive a sunnah, if people have forgotten a sunnah, or don't know a sunnah, or it's not being practiced, and we help to revive that first ourselves, and we teach it to our family, and to our relatives and our neighbors, and to other brothers and sisters, we will have a reward. We will have the reward of all of them without any of their reward being reduced in the slightest. So this is a huge incentive, a huge opportunity, once again, priceless, precious, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, just to do something simple. This is a sunnah, I feel, that about taking different routes. I think maybe it's one of the forgotten sunnah. I'm not sure, only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows. But sometimes we know it, we just don't practice it for whatever reason. Or it slips our mind at the time we're going to practice. Okay? So if we do that and we remind our family, and we take our family one way, take our family back the other way, our kids, it will be established in their mind. It'll be they'll understand that it's a sunnah, they'll make it a habit, and then when they grow up and they're going to Eid, they'll do that for themselves and their family, and inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give us that reward. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us to these few words. قال الله تعالى في كتابه الكريم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل محمد اللهم صل على جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى سائر الصحابة والتابعين وعلى عبادك الصالحين اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعها وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه اللهم ثبتنا على الإسلام اللهم نور قلوبنا بنور الإيمان اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون عباد الله اذكروا الله يذكركم واستغفروه يغفر لكم وأقم الصلاة إن الصلاة تنهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون وأقم الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
استوت راسه. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. يا أيها الذين آمنوا قوا أنفسكم وأهليكم نارا وقودها الناس والحجارة عليها ملائكة غلاظ شداد لا يعصون الله ما أمرهم ويفعلون ما يؤمرون. يا أيها الذين كفروا لا تعتذروا اليوم إنما تجزون ما كنتم تعملون. يا أيها الذين آمنوا توبوا إلى الله توبة نصوحا عسى ربكم أن يكفر عنكم سيئاتكم ويدخلكم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار يوم لا يخزي الله النبي والذين آمنوا معه نورهم يسعى بين أيديهم وبأيمانهم يقولون ربنا أتمم لنا نورنا واغفر لنا إنك على كل شيء قدير. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. والعاديات ضبحا فالموريات قدحا فالمغيرات سبحا فأثرن به نقعا فوسطن به جمعا إن الإنسان لربه لكنود وإنه على ذلك لشهيد وإنه لحب الخير لشديد أفلا يعلم إذا بعثر ما في القبور وحصل ما في الصدور إن ربهم بهم يومئذ لخبير. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.